The way I tap in with mind, body, and soul is by reading books. So the first book that I want to talk about is titled The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. The first chapter I want to talk about in that book is actually the first chapter in that book. That is titled, You Are Not Your Mind. If I told you niggas to think about one thing for 10 minutes, over 95% of us are going to think about something else within that first minute. The reason for that is because, according to Eckhart, the mind uses you. The reason why I say you got to build a relationship with mind, body, and soul is because, yeah, they are a package deal, but every single one of them is their own entity. When you don't build a relationship with them, they will fall in an automated system. Eckhart states that thinking has become a disease. What he means by that is that your thoughts are developed by your ego. Your ego is developed by the past shit that you've been through. So if you allow your ego to be in that driver's seat, it's gonna make you reminisce about past shit because that's what built and created that ego in the first place. But then it's also gonna think about the future because now it's gonna think about situations that it could put you in to elevate that ego. The fucked up thing about that is that your thoughts are attached to your emotions. So when you're thinking about the past and reminiscing on all those good times, you're also gonna think about the past experiences that made you feel a type of way, where you experience sadness and anger and shit. And when you think about the future, you're gonna become overwhelmed and anxious because you're trying to premeditate all the situations or scenarios that you may go through. The reason for this chapter is because Eckhart wants you to realize that you are not your mind. So when you build a relationship with it, you realize you only have control of three things. That's your thoughts, your emotions, and your action. When you focus on those three things, you realize you only have control over right now, this present moment. So Eckhart is telling you that you shouldn't think about the past because you can't go back and live that shit. And you shouldn't focus on the future too much because you haven't lived those days yet. So he's saying, what can you do with your time and energy right now to bring positivity in your life? If you're a follower of your God, I'm sure that you believe he or she lived their last days in joy, peace, and freedom. What can you do with your time and energy so that you can experience those three things on an everyday basis? When you focus on now, you allow self to be in that driver's seat. And when you do, that's how you maintain your alignment and your enlightenment. The power of now. Stay tuned for more chapters.